Yeah, so we are here recording songs because we have a lot of free time to do so.
We're recording Stockholm Syndrome by Muse, Heresy by Nine Inch Nails, and Light My Way by Audioslave.
Does Alex know to do those drums today?
Was that too... Did I question too much there? We figured out what we already do well, and then other things that like we've neglected. Like, I mean, it wasn't really until Live God that we were just like, you should do whatever you want with your vocal range.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, and then when we've seen that resonate, and that's something that I think you guys kind of avoided for a while.
Well, it's like avoided. It's just
Didn't feel appropriate.
Right, it didn't feel appropriate. I feel like Drift is such a pretty record overall. It's definitely has its heavy moments, but like there's so many parts that just kind of call for a specific type of vocal style. And again, like we wrote some metal ass songs in the self-title, which really allowed for our vocal dynamics more appropriate.
Yeah.
And I can weigh in on what you guys won't say, which is that I was like way more particular for Drift and Neon about like, I guess kind of like micromanaging and just like wanting to we have to do this type of vocal, we can't do this type of vocal, like no highs kind of thing. I was like, I don't want to like do this kind of sound, I want to do this kind of sound. But then I just kind of relaxed and realized like that like really like limited your capabilities.
I just locked the door. It's loud. I'm warning you. Sensation, night to silence. Lots of options.
I wasn't against it though, because I mean I was with you. Like I wanted because I don't like when I don't want to be the vocalist that just uses his range to show off. Like I want it to complement the part in the song. That's why we're so particular about like what types of screens are used for the mains and what's like a layer.
Yeah.
Which I get. I have that same priority, like what serves the song. But I think like just taking a step back and kind of saying to myself, hey, like you don't always know what's best to serve the song, like, and just giving other people room to like put their take on it and just seeing what happens.
I like that. I like that better.
Cool.
Can we do another one of those?
Yep.
Yeah, that's beefy.
Well, one of my favorite things you've always said is we're trying to leave pride at the door because we're trying to create the best result. It doesn't really matter where it comes from.
Yeah, Brian had said that like years ago. He said progress over pride in the studio.
Sometimes that's hard though. And for me, at points it was hard, but it's gotten much easier because, like you said, I understand how you operate, and I understand the process to get to the point where there's not only a compromise, but like more accepting of your ideas as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and I realized that like if I just like allowed you to like have the freedom to like do what is within your like capabilities with your voice, then we would get the best out of the song.
Right.
So yeah, I just analyzed how difficult it was, like just how not on the same page things were with Neon, and I was like, that can't happen anymore. Like that's not going to translate into the best quality of what we're able to do if like we're not hearing each other, if we're not listening. So yeah, I like just pulled JT, like me and him had a conversation. Me and JT just had a conversation before recording the self-titled, or really even before I Have God, and I was like, look, I know how things were, it's not gonna be like that this time.
I remember this
I'm
conversation.
gonna like totally fuck off, and like I know there's gonna be moments where like I start like slipping a little bit, and then I think I did a good job of acknowledging that and being like, I remember moments where I was like, no, you gotta do this, no, and then I'd be like, I'm doing it, and then I would just get up and be like, I would just leave the room. I would just be like, I'm just gonna fucking remove myself from the situation because I think it'll be a more productive environment.
Plus, with the way that Carson and Grant operate, like it makes it easier to trust in Grant for some of those decisions too, because Carson is tracking one thing generally with Jesse, Grant is tracking another thing with JT generally.
Baron Moon. What is it?
Baron Womb? Is it? I'm not sure if I'm hearing it right.
Looming. Oh, I mixed the last two up. It's Looming Moon. I think I said Looming Womb. Looming.
It's upon us.
Loom.
Okay, well, I get this out of the way right now. We are not an anti-Christian band, but we are covering a song that is of an anti-Christian song. I don't know. Everyone's like got their own beliefs. I don't really know actually what everyone believes in the band. I think people are pretty neutral. I think most of us are bordering on agnostic, but we just feel like it's worth bringing it up because we're covering a song that has the lyric "God is dead." So
Several
And no one
times.
cares.
yeah, it's like not lyrics that we would ever write, and it was kind of strange singing them, but I'm not really looking too far into it. If anyone wants to look into it, that is completely within their jurisdiction to do so. I love 9 Inch Nails. We all like that band, and we all like that song, and we covered it. So
There's a lot of
Enjoy
aspects of that
yourself.
songs outside of the lyrical content that just made sense. Like especially the intro of that song. It sounds in a very similar vein of how Snowblood starts.
yeah, it's just a rad song.
Yeah.
And I felt like there was a lot of potential of like cool things to do with it to make it sound like an era song.
Yeah, there's no like grand statement or like stand that we're taking.
We're not
It's just
putting
like,
it on a T-shirt.
Yeah, I think you listen to songs and go, how can I make this cool
Yeah.
in the context of it?
Yeah, so now it's all over because we covered that song.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing more covers forever, ever since.
I never thought we would be that band. I'm kind of happy we are because I've always been a big fan of covers.
I remember when we were in Australia
Yeah.
in October 2017. I remember those days, all of us, the whole band, we were sitting in a bar and we were talking about, we were just like, we just do a cover album. I don't know if we'll do a cover album, but in that conversation we just made a super list, and I've just had that list and I've added to it, and we've talked about, like stuff to add and take away and whatnot. So the covers is definitely like a joint conversation of all of us talking about cool stuff from like the 90s. Connor wanted to do Hysteria by Muse, and I actually like Hysteria more than Stockholm Syndrome. I prefer the song. But whenever I sat down and like pre-pro'd it all out on my computer, I was like, well, Hysteria is already kind of perfect. Like I don't think I could do anything to this to make it our own, whereas Stockholm Syndrome, there's a lot of riffs in it that sound like metal riffs, and like they play in like modes that we play in for some of our heaviest songs. So I was like, I think I can really take this and like make it feel like an era song, whereas Hysteria I couldn't.
Here we go, let's go from the same spot.
Yeah.
When you said try the close hi-hat thing, I was hoping that's what it was.
Yeah, the quarter note. Yeah. Hard as
Do you wanna leave off that soft accent though? Cause it's almost like eighth notes.
No,
Yeah, like literally like quarter notes. Do you wanna try that?
great. Awesome, buddy. he's outnumbered if he disagrees because that's hard as fuck.
Do you wanna? Yeah. Do you guys like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think that's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, his,
I love how hilarious you thought that is. It's so good.
that's cool. Yeah. Do you dig that though?
I know you did have a list of some title ideas. What did make you decide that self-title was ultimately the move?
It was kind of everybody else because I sent like my like gnarly list of ideas, and I think in that list I either put self-titled or I just like sent that message and then I was like extra message, or we just call it Era and self-titled it. And then everyone was like, that sounds naughty. So we just
I mean, it's
decided
kinda
to
true.
be a little
It's-
naughty.
It kind of is how it panned out.
It's like we can do another record that's like one word.
We're
you know what I
already
mean?
going all
Like,
in. We might as well go all the way.
Yeah, so that was that process because it just, and I think like if it had been any of the other records, as much as we love the other records, like I don't think we would have had that impulse to be like, let's call it Era. But this one we were just like, yeah, this is the time. This is the point in the band's career to do this for sure. And like we didn't want to waste the opportunity. It's like now is the time. Now is the time to change. Now is the time to like try new things, to freshen up the whole aesthetic, and now is the time to call the record Era.